right, Ezekiel 7:15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Stock up while you still can. 2.4 billion people already impacted by new global famine and accelerating. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal Kodash. I'm the brother of Baal Gabar from the Camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa, Florida. Next, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who do indeed teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad, doing this work in truth and in sincerity, preaching the names of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, and prophesying against Mount Seir. All right, which Mount Seir is Mystery Babylon the Great, also known as America. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the biblical Israelites, and we entering into a time of trouble. All right, a time of great trouble, tribulation, distress, famines, pestilence. And the Lord himself warned us of these things, man. So these are signs that we're at the end. Right? 2.4 billion people already impacted by new global famine that is accelerating. Right? And soon you're going to go to these storehouses and they're going to be found empty, man. All right, going to be no more food and water here soon, man. Especially here in America. And especially if you don't have the charagma. All right, you might have certain locations where you can buy and sell, little spots that you might have. But to even get into these businesses during the time of Jacob's trouble, you're going to need that charagma. But the first scripture I opened up with is Ezekiel 7:15. It says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Right? And famine means a lack of food and water. It says, he that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. All right, because, hey, the city's going to go empty quick. All the people in the city, they're going to really, wipe out these stores, man. But it says, he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him, all right? Because you got different plagues that are coming as well that the Lord is going to send. All right, and the Lord said that he was going to send plagues upon this place. And one of the plagues he was going to bring is a famine. All right, and you also have a famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. But this is 2 Ezra 15:5. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right, and so, we in the end times. This is end time prophecy. The Lord said he was going to bring plagues. He said, I'm going to bring plagues upon the world. So who controls the plagues? Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. This is why the Lord is to be feared. All right, the plagues are the sword, which the modern day sword is the gun. People breaking into other people's houses with guns, ready to rob and take everything they have. It says famine, a lack of food and water. See, we entering into a time of trouble, man. It's going to get real bad out here, man. And if you don't have the Lord, hey, you're not going to make it. All right? You and your family is going to be ravished if you do not have the Lord on your side. Scriptures talk about wives ravished. You're going to have people breaking into houses and, taking your wife and children and, taking your food and goods. Oh, yeah, we coming into a time of trouble. It says, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. These are the plagues that the Lord is going to bring. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, so because of the wickedness, iniquity, increasing itself, which is sin upon sin, You know, that the wickedness of America, the wickedness of this place in general, this world, has polluted this earth, all right, especially here in America. You know, that cup full of filthiness in the whore's hand that all these nations are drinking out of that cup. All right, and this place, America, all the wickedness is stemming out of here. All right, so the Lord, now it's time for the Lord to send plagues, and one of the plagues is famine. All right, you're gonna have a lot of people starving to death. And it's not an easy death to go out by famine, man. This is Lamentations 4:9. It says, "They that be slain or killed with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger." Right, so it's better to die a fast death by a gun, you know, by the sword, modern day sword, than to starve to death. It says, "For these pine away," right? Your body starts pining away. You start getting malnourished, and you know your body starts eating itself alive. It says, "Stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field," man. You know, you might be so hungry you can't even move. You know, it's gonna get bad. You know, people are gonna be starving to death, eating their children. Oh yeah, you single women out here that, you know, I don't need no man, and that time you ain't gonna have no food, and you're gonna be looking at your newborn baby like a meal, man. Because cannibalism's coming back as well, man. And this is why Yahweh Shai is to be feared, because at the end of the day, the Lord said, "My servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry." So the believers of Yahweh Shai are going to be kept safe during this famine. Famine. Job 5:22, to prove that real quick. Job 5:19, it says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death." So the Lord is going to redeem his elect from death. But 2/3 of our people, you know, more than half of our nation, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to be caught up in this famine. You're going to be caught up in this terrible time. It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth." All right, so the Lord is going to, you know, have it to where at destruction and famine, the elect are going to laugh. You got to be in a certain spirit. You know, you got to have the Holy Spirit on you to laugh at the destruction that's coming, to laugh at the famine. You know, which also means that you're going to be fed. You know, you ain't going to be laughing at a famine when people starving to death and you right there along with them. You're going to be laughing at the famine when, you know that the Lord is feeding you. You got a full belly. People out here starving to death. You know, and the Lord put that spirit of joy on you to rejoice. "My servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed." All right, "Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth." You'll have different wild animals, and they're going to be at peace with the elect. You know, you're going to have different, like these different zoos during the time of Jacob's trouble. Who's going to attend to these zoos? They're going to let all these animals out. You have wild animals that are going to be changing their location. You'll see, you know, lions and tigers and bears in the cities. They're going to be mauling people, eating people alive, dogs, tearing people to shreds. All right? But these beasts of the earth are going to be at peace with the elect. You know, you might walk past a lion and the lion just looks at you. And then you see, you know, another person walk by and the lion, next thing you know, is just mauling them to death. All right? Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is in control of the animals too, man. All right? He can put the spirit of vengeance upon an animal, man, to just jack your ass up. Let me grab this real quick. This is 2 Ezra 15 in verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? And we live here, especially here in America, you know, everybody's built up on pride, man. They even have a whole Pride Month. Now they have Pride season. You know, everybody's proud, man. Everybody's, you know, everybody focused on themselves. So the cities are going to be troubled, man. Because it's going to be every man for himself. If your next door neighbor don't got no food, he coming to your house to break in and get your food, man. It says, the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, for the lack of bread, the lack of food. All right, they're going to be spoiling houses, meaning they're going to be breaking into houses, taking all the goods, you know, whatever they don't have and you got it, they taking it. And this is the time of trouble, man, that's coming upon this earth. The Lord said he's going to send these plagues upon the earth, man. And one of the plagues is famine, all right, a lack of food and water. You know, and people are already feeling the crunch on this famine, man. Billions of people are already, you know, dying of starvation, man. Starving to death. So how much more when these full storehouses become empty? Let me go there real quick. 2 Ezra 6 and verse 22, it says, and suddenly, so this is going to take instance upon a sudden. You know, suddenly things is going to change, man. You're going to go to your local store, it's going to be empty. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right. You even see that during like hurricane season here in Florida. You know, as soon as a hurricane comes, like the day before the hurricane comes, the stores are completely empty, wiped clean. So how much more in a, you know, a real disaster? How much more when, you know, you get news that, you know, there ain't gonna be no more imports coming to America. Them people really gonna freak out, and them stores ain't gonna be restocked, man. All right, and you know, in the first year of a famine, if there's a real bad famine, man, 98% of the country is dead. You know, within the first year of a famine. You know, so, and this thing's gonna take place. It's gonna be quick, man. A lot of people, the fate of a lot of people here in America is they're gonna starve to death. But before that, you're gonna eat your loved ones. Cannibalism, man. That's coming back on a full scale. And this is why Yahweh Ba'ashmi Hawashai is to be feared, man. The Lord said, I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. So the Lord can send those evil angels among you, man. But it says, 24, verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So friends are going to be fighting like enemies. So if friends have known each other for 10, 20, 30 years are fighting like enemies, how much more just the regular citizens out here that don't know each other from a can of paint? They going to be killing each other. All right, everybody's already on edge in America, man. You know, if you, you know, make a wrong turn and someone, you know, you in someone's way, they ready to kill you. You know, you stomp on your brakes too hard, you know, the guy behind you ready to kill you. You know, you go to work, you might accidentally bump into someone's shoulder, they ready to kill you. You know? So people are already on edge here. So if it says that at that time, the time of Jacob's trouble, friends are going to fight like enemies, how much more of these regular people out here, man? People won't have, everybody got guns in America, so they're going to be shooting each other, killing each other. No more food and water. People are going to go crazy. All right, it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right, you know, you're going to have the grid go down, you know, electricity go out. No more running water. You know, you're not going to be able to hear this truth no more. All right, it says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and shall see my salvation in the end of your world. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the end of this world, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so a great famine is coming. 2.4 billion people already impacted by new global famine that's accelerating. These full storehouses are soon going to be found empty. So just a quick lesson on the famine that's coming. Continue to fight the good fight of faith. Call hello, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. Till next time I say shalom.